Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on what time I got you here. My name is Uher, and this is the Passion Podcast, or Porg for short. Today I am joined with my man,
Khalib Sumirs,
and also
Caleb Junk.
During this podcast, I will be talking about sports, a topic that brings all of us personal joy. If you end up enjoying this episode, you might want to watch another. Make sure you try and catch the rest on WJHS91.5.org. All right, let's start off with the first question here. I would like to know your guys' favorite sport and why.
I would say my favorite sport is definitely football. It's just so fun to watch in general, and I don't play football, but it's awesome to watch because you make it you hype, you know. Yep. Thank you, Brock.
That's a good answer.
Me as Caleb Junk, my favorite sport is basketball because I don't know, I just grew up with it and it's very competitive and I love it.
Yeah.
All right, those are some great answers there. I would say personally my favorite sport, definitely football. It's just the one I played the longest and just enjoyed the most, I guess you could say. I also like to watch it. And yeah. All right, so now the next question. Do you guys prefer college or professional sports, watching them?
I definitely prefer college sports because I feel like it's just NBA refs are so just corrupt. They call everything and they don't let the players play the game anymore. And college refs are different. And also it's just more fun to watch college players in my opinion. I think they're honestly just so talented. And I think that just college basketball is just better and just overall.
Thank you, Caleb Summers. Caleb Junk?
I'd prefer definitely. I agree with Caleb Summers. I like college over I watch basketball, so I watch a lot of college basketball and NBA, and I prefer college because they compete more and it's a lot high intensity, and the NBA is more laid back, except for the third quarter. That's when they start kind of playing hard, you know. So college.
For me, I like college a lot. I love college football and I love college basketball. March Madness is the best time of the year.
Yes, I fully agree with you.
I don't follow the NBA that much. I'm not a big NBA fan, but I do watch the NFL. I'd say college overall, but I do enjoy watching NFL and MLB. All right. So now, what is your guys' favorite sports team? You could say professional or college.
Well, since I was born and raised in Indiana, I'm obviously a Hoosiers fan. I love watching them every year, especially if they make the tournament, which they haven't, but they did one year, but COVID shut it down, sadly. My favorite NFL team, I would say, is the Pittsburgh Steelers, just because I was raised liking them and watching them. Favorite baseball team, definitely the Pittsburgh Pirates, because my dad grew up in that town, and he likes all the teams from that town, basically. Even the Penguins. That'd be my favorite NHL team, too. That's my answer. Thank you for letting me talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. For basketball, I'm going to go NBA, I'm going to say, is probably the 76ers. Just overall, I like Joel Embiid, and I like their team. Just they had a lot of good talent over the time I've been watching a lot of NBA and stuff, and they were on the most. And I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I guess I could say IU, but I enjoyed watching Baylor kick Gonzaga's butt in the March Madness.
Yeah. Thank you. That was a joyful.
Because I didn't want Gonzaga to go undefeated and win the championship, because then they'd break IU's record. So, but and then NFL, I'm a cheesehead. I like the Packers. So that's about it though.
Nice, thank you. So for me, for college, I am a Nebraska Cornhuskers fan because I have family that lives out there. That's where my dad's from, so that's who I've always liked and watched. And then NFL, I'm a Cowboys fan. Dallas Cowboys, looking pretty good so far this season. Hopefully they keep it up. I don't have a favorite NBA team, but right now I like watching the Charlotte Hornets. I just think they are fun to watch, young team. And then MLB, I like the Kansas City Royals. Sweet. So those are my favorite sports teams. So now, what is your guys' favorite sports player of all time?
I would say I'm going to go with the obvious answer here. My favorite sports player of all time is Michael Jordan, especially because I've watched The Last Dance. You know what that is? Yep. I watched that entire series. It's really great. You've watched it, right, Caleb?
Yeah.
It's a great TV show. It's just, dare I say, a roller coaster of emotions. It's just wonderful. And he's just an overall great player to watch in his previous games. And he won, how many championships did he win? 5? 7. 5 with the Bulls, though, right? That's right. All right. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you.
My current's LaMelo Ball, But if we're gonna go all time, Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, that Mamba mentality right there.
Yeah, you go.
He's a great player, fun player to watch.
All right, my favorite sports player of all time. All time, it's kind of hard. I'd have to think about it, but the one that just comes to the top of my head is I loved watching Des Bryant. He was always my favorite player for the Cowboys, and that he was always their main wide receiver, and I was watching them growing up. But now I'm really liking watching CeeDee Lamb. I think he's going to be really good. So that's our favorite sports players of all time.
Receiver, right?
Yep, he's a receiver. And so now, last question on this episode. Who is your least favorite player and why?
So I would definitely say my least favorite player, I'm going to trigger some people here, is LeBron James. Yep, my least favorite player is LeBron James. I just feel like he's a cheater. I don't know why everyone argues that he's better than Michael Jordan, because I just personally think he's not. That's pretty much why. I don't care that LeBron has better stats than him. Stats don't always matter as much as talent. There you go. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Caleb Summers. Caleb Junk.
My least favorite player in the NBA is definitely gonna be Steph Curry because he's a boy. Like, I just don't like how he plays, man. I don't like how the game has evolved and just playing or outside to in instead of starting the game from inside out. And they're just all about the 3-point shot, and he just plays small. And even Michael Jordan said he doesn't like him. So I don't like Steph. I just never really liked him.
Gotcha. That's a good answer right there. For me, my least favorite player is Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Sweet.
I hate watching him.
Wow.
I hate watching him win. I don't have a good reason, but I've always disliked him.
Because
And another one, NBA. I do not like James Harden. I think he's overrated, and I think he gets most of his points on the at the free throw line. So it's been nice this year watching them getting more strict on the foul calls and watching him struggle.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up this episode of our podcast. Thanks for tuning in to the Porg podcast. So this is Brock Uher
Caleb Summers, Khalif Samirs.
Caleb Junk.
signing off. Thank you.